And welcome back, everybody. This is Shadow in the Pond, as always. Coming back to you as we are exploring into this delectable pit that we have running for our current build. And this is kind of my first really actual mega type of build because, I mean, I guess some people wouldn't consider this as mega build. I don't care what you say, this is a mega build. It's going to be multiple episodes long. It's going to be a lot of decorating, and it's going to be, first off, very useful because there's a lot of different sections to this build. So what we're going to be working on today is, there's quite a bit we're going to be working on actually. And the first little section that we're going to be working on is not blending them together. Nope. That is maybe for later today, but not the first thing we're going to be working on. I can't talk. What we're going to be working on today is actually getting some of the ground scaffolding, not the ground scaffolding, but some of the actual walkways that will be circling this area all the way up and down, where we're going to put the jail cells and everything like that. So that is the first thing we're going to be working on. And I actually have a very, and by the way, the walkways are not going to touch the ground floor. I'll have the first walkway probably like right there. But what we're going to be using for the walkways is I went ahead and got a lot of that prepped up. So first off, you need a stone cutter. And thank you for some of the mods. We will be doing some straight up iron catwalks. These are so good looking and will fit exactly what we are looking for. Because look, we can make these 3 wide without any issue, and that will actually, maybe we'll do 4. But for right now, we're going to be like 3 to 4 wide, and we're going to circle this entire area with 3 to 4 wide catwalks that will then later have more railing and everything on them. But that way, you actually have an area that we can sit there, walk across, and have the entryways to all the cells. Again, this is meant to be a prison, and it's meant, well, prison, sacrifice chamber, prison, yada, yada, yada. It is what it is. It's not a good place. Let's just leave it there. So we're going to start it right here. And this will take a while because I think I'm going to make like 6, maybe 7 levels. Depends on what feels right. But yeah, so, and all of them will actually be interconnected through stairs. But the first thing we need to do is actually go ahead and get the ground layer set for all of these. So I'm thinking like it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up to the top. And then the top will, then in this middle section right here, we'll have a large pillar that will actually build out the eye of the prison on. That's eye of the prison, basically where the guards and everything will be at. That's the little jogged in my head for right now. So we're going to work on that later. But for right now, we want to go ahead and get that ground layout and also the prisoner cells all worked out in today's episode so that we can start getting some of those villagers into this hub so that we can actually get some item training started. And then we can start working on, again, before we get the villager in, we need to work in the mixture of everything. I think it looks really good, though. I won't lie. It looks really nice. It really does. I'm loving this. The longer I've let it set, the more I've loved this. This is great. But again, it does need some more mixing. So, like, some dropping down, some going up. And I'm not doing flames, but I am going to be doing, like, a sacrifice pit right through here. So I'll, like, have gray-black glass, all around, and then like a specific area where they would go do the sacrifices. So that will be at the ground floor here. But again, that a lot of that is future things that we'll be working on. For right now, I really do just want to get the placements of all the catwalks in, and then also get the houses that the villagers will be living in. That will eat up a lot of the time today. And so that's what we're going to go ahead and jump on into and getting started so that I can also start AFKing and getting villagers bread so that we can get some more here. All right, Good? We're good? You're good? Awesome. Let's bust on into this of getting those catwalks in place. Let's go. Okay, and we are back. So, as you can see, here is the appearance of our little... Let me change that back. I would say this is little, but... well, okay, so yeah, it's our little bait, our little pit right here. And as you can see, I've went ahead and did some work on getting these catwalks all set up. Now, some of you may be questioning, well, why are you setting up some catwalks like a maniac? A maniac, no, no, no. I'm working smart, I swear I'll tell you so. So, what I'm actually doing is I avoided doing the blending and everything last episode because I knew for a fact I was going to come through, and since this is going to be a villager trader hub, I'm going to actually be making them cells in the walls, and they're each 3x3 with a 3 space in between each one. So that's a lot of area that's going to be covered up by holes and villager spawns and everything. And so if I went through and did the blending, I would just be ruining 90% of the blending that I'm doing because I'm putting all these holes in there. So I'm actually curious if I even need, because really this breaks up the flow of everything so well. I don't think I need to really go through and do blending. I think it might help out a little bit, but we're gonna have to see what it's gonna be like after I put in all the holes in the wall and all the decorations for my villagers. Because that's gonna be one of the most important steps, to make sure those decorations and everything are working out correctly for this prison cell. Also, this prison cell just got a bit bigger because this is above ground, so this is gonna go back to like right here. So I'm actually going to have to make a bigger building surrounding this big hole. So there, there's that. That's still a work in progress, but it is a work. I swear, it's being worked on. Yes, because we are working on the underground section of this building. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get cracking away on knocking out all of these holes in these walls. And then we'll start messing around with some of the decorations after that. But we need to, make all the holes first. Alright, so I'm gonna get cracking on that. Ow. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Okay, welcome back. So I went ahead and got all of the coveys started to be carved out. I haven't really carved them out at all very much. I'm just getting the general idea of their locations. But this looks so insane. Like, this looks so good. Holy crap. Look at all this. Oh my god. Let's just... Alright, there we go. Look how cool this looks. Imagine when there's like the full building and everything else around it. And of course, these won't be lit up by torches, but like by lamps above each doorway. So that you have this really just cool looking area where everything just has a single light above each cell. And you have the middle section lifting all the way up. And then this area will be just fogged over. This is gonna look so cool. I cannot wait to see the finished product of this. Oh my gosh, I like just seeing it like this already. I'm like, excellent. And of course it starts raining. But what we are now need to do is we need to kind of figure out what we are going to do about the interiors of each cell. So this is going to be a pretty simple cell design for this area. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to have each cell be a little 3x3 right here. I'm going to put a bed in the corner right there. The cell door entrance will be here. And you'll be able to peer in and just right click the villager. And whatever item they need, whatever option they need will be sitting right here. So that way, easy location. You're always able to click them without any issue. But now I come into the problem of I kind of want to build into this just a little bit more. So I'm trying to think of what, because I don't want it to be I can do the walls the same color of what is here, because I think that would be fine, but I want the floor to be different. I was thinking maybe do it out of industrial iron, but that will clash a lot more with the upper floors. So I'm probably gonna have to design a slightly different floor depending on. Yeah, no, that just doesn't look good. I don't like that look. Oh, it's a nice shade of brown though. I could probably use that in something else. It almost looks like dirt. That version of the industrial, and then we have this version. And again, I'm not a big fan of it. I like the idea of using the industrial iron for something, but just not the flooring. So we're gonna have to experiment a little bit with the flooring to figure out what works, what doesn't. Because again, I don't want to make it all the same color. I want each level of the cells to be a little bit different to kind of represent what we will be making for who's going to be staying in each level of the cells. Not that I've worked that out just yet. Well, no, I know the top row is going to be enchanters, but I need to work out each level of the cells to figure out what is going to work for the ground level for each of them. So that you can tell it's a different room and a different style, but it still fits in with everything. I know at the top I made a couple examples, but I was just using the base andesite bricks as the flooring. It looks fine, but again, it just runs all together. I want it to be have a little bit of contrast. Something maybe a wooden floor, or maybe make it like a pure white floor. So no, not pure white, because that would clash. So I may look at the different stones in the chipped to see what works, because this does work pretty well. It stays pretty decent with it. I just want to make it not the same brick layer all the way through, because that's a bit boring. So we're gonna have to think of some ways to work around that and make it so that everything will actually work together in the build, rather than just being a boring area where you can go to do the villager trades. So that's what I'm going to be working on a little bit right now. It's just putting some of these ideas together. I'm gonna probably, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go put some of the ideas together and see what it will work and what will not. Now, again, this looks so cool at night. This looks so good in the dark. I can't wait to have villager sounds muted for myself. But yeah, this is so cool looking. All right, let's go and get to work to get these decorated. And once I have a better idea of how I'm decorating these, I will bring that back around. But I want to give everyone an update and just see like some more of the vision completed. I really don't need at all to blend these together. I might do a little bit of blending on the corners, or make steel pillars like here or something like that hold up the walkways and everything. But yeah, not much blending is really needed. But we're going to get back into working on this because, oh my god, this is great. So let us go. I can make it. I can't make it. Okay, so the last time that we left off, we were working on getting these prisons actually dug out and started to get decorated, because I had a lot of weird ideas, kind of not weird ideas, but I wasn't sure on what I was going to do for them, because I didn't want to make everything the exact same color as the walls, because that would get really boring. But what I did go ahead and decide to do is I was actually going to give it some nice little contrast. First off, these were a pain to dig out. Let's go and follow it up. These are all a pain to dig out because each cell is a 3x3, except some of them who are on diagonals, and others who I dug in at the wrong angles. But that's all besides the point. They're all now dug out. I think there is like 29 at the top. I think it was 28, 29. Like 20, it's all the way down. So we're over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows of cells that I'm gonna need to fill with a lot of villagers for this. I'm thinking of actually leaving the last row empty so I can do armor stands and stuff down there to actually tell like a story of a cell break and stuff like that. But that's, you know, for when we get down all the way down there. The rest of them are going to be filled with villagers. So I was like, okay, if I'm going to be filling these with villagers, these need to be at least somewhat decently decorated. I don't want them all to look very plain. So what I've actually done is once I was finished digging everything out, I actually went in here and made up the flooring of the round, some stone bricks, which turned out a lot better than I thought, because it, while at the very top it doesn't provide too much of a contrast, at the bottom where it's black provides a lot of contrast, and it looks really nice seeing that all the way down. And then I went ahead and I actually made the top layer out of the nether bricks, and I put in a single light above in each one to kind of stop the spawns. This took such a colossal effort because I think I used over 3,000 netherite to make just the handful of netherite bricks I have. So many. And then yeah, so then I went ahead and made all of that out, and it has turned out brilliantly. Now I will say there is some slight issues with this. So one of them is I think I need to make like pillars in between the areas, but the big issue is well, first off, since everything moved in some, not everything is lit up now, as you can see. Hi, creeper. I'm just gonna ignore you. And then secondly, some of the cells are not actually perfectly lined up with each other. They're off put by like one or two on occasions, or they're put in at a different angle on the wall. So it makes it so I can't really do pillars on that outside. So maybe what I should do is actually do pillars like through here. So it'd be like they're on a supporting beam for the pillars, because these are a little bit too freestanding. So we do need, I feel like there needs to be something that can ground them in my own eyes. So I'm thinking maybe some type of pillars. I want to make them kind of red to bring a bit more color to this build, because while it is supposed to be bland and everything and dark, and this area needs to be a bit blended, it is supposed to be a bit bland and dark. I don't want it overly bland and dark because then it's boring. So we need it bland and dark, but fun. However you can do that. So I'm thinking possibly doing them out of like some type of red material. Maybe I might have to go collect some more of the orange ground. I can't remember what it's called right at this second. And turn that into the pillars and with the copycat so that they're not super overblown bright, but like get that same brightness that you get on the forge. And then that'll also bring in some of the characteristics of the builds from the forge and outside into this area. So yeah, I think that might be a pretty good idea to start going ahead and doing that. And then also I need to make a sacrifice pit area over here. And then I'll also need to make the walkways. Well, the walkways will be last. But then we need to make the circular pillar here that's going up. And once I have that base areas of understanding and support for this place, I think that's a good place to call this build. But again, right now we're gonna have to actually build out the support structures for these catwalks everywhere. And then also, you'll slowly see over time these cells get filled up with villagers, because yeah, that's gonna take a while. That's gonna be a lot of AFK near villager farms. Hey, little birdie. You don't belong in a jail cell. Alright, so, it's unnecessarily dark. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start getting work on some of those pillars, seeing maybe what other things possibly can use for that. I'm kind of really digging on that glowing red, so that everything always looks a little bit dangerous. Like, you don't want to touch something that's glowing. And so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and work on all of that and getting the base pillar built out. That will be the support structure for the guardhouse that slides up and down it. So yeah, that'll be it, and that'll also be where I will put in the way you can get in and out of this structure. which will be like a water elevator. The water elevator will stop at the guardhouse, and then you'll enter from the guardhouse onto the catwalks. But that is the base way you will get in and out of the structures through those catwalks. So, all right. So those are some of my ideas that we're gonna be working on right now. We're cutting it really close, so I can't wait to see what has all transpired once I get this all done. This is really, really coming together. I'm really enjoying this. That needs something though. Right there. Either something that's a harsh cutoff of it or blending them somehow. That one line needs something. The rest of them are fine. The rest of them has a natural like flow up them. That one's just really harsh. I need to think about that one. Okay, so this is Future Shadow here, and I have found out that I have probably assigned a bit too much to this episode to do the super fast build mode for the pillars, so we will actually be picking those up next time. So anyone who is enjoying this, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you, everything will help out. Peace.